Hello. Oh, it took me a minute to get this going. I'm so sorry. There was some tech issues. If you are here, please say hello in the chat. I had a lot of tech issues. It was wild. Sort of still in a dream state right now. I'm not going to lie. I got sick over the weekend and had a really intense dream space last night, and I feel like I woke up in a new reality. Maybe I'm not fully awake yet, to be honest. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Elaine. I think. Hi, Kennedy. Oh, man. And hi, John. So good to see you all. I will go ahead and give my introduction for those of you who've not been here before. My name is Allison Holly. I am a channel and I go live every single Monday here on this channel. And I offer a channeling for the collective, which means I tune into the collective energies and I see what we've got going on for this week. And I also tune in for one of you. So if you are here and you are wanting me to channel for you, go ahead and type Q and then go ahead and type your question in the chat. And so we'll just go ahead and get started with that. And I will give announcements. So very cool. I'm seeing all of these chats and it's so good to see all of you. Some of you, I can't tell what your name is, but so it's good to see you all. All right, so announcements for this week. First announcement is that all of my self-study courses are half off during November. So that means there's just the rest of this week, I believe until Friday, for you to get into the half off courses. The link is in the description box, so you can follow that. Also, today I am giving away one, what do we call it? I'm giving away the Learn to Channel course to one of you. So if you are interested in that, I'm going to give you the contest details in just a minute. But I've been doing this contest every single week during the month of November. So the winners for, let's see, week 1 was Kennedy, I believe. And week 2 was Courtney. Week 3 was Megan. And each of you won something different. So there's going to be, today the prize is the Learn to Channel course. So I'll give you the contest details in just a moment. What else? I have my 6-month group mastermind starting next year, and I'm going to be announcing that next week. I'm going to announce it first to the people who are in my current courses, and then next week you'll all be hearing about it. So also I have gift certificates for sale. If you would like a one-on-one channeling, or if you would like to gift that to someone else, those gift certificates are available on my website. And again, all of the links are in the description box, so you can check that out. I think I adjust my lipstick a little bit here. Let me go ahead and dive into the chat. You're on your mom's account. Okay, yeah, I recognize the last name, Elaine. Okay, good. So there's 2 questions. Yeah, it's okay. It's been super weird. And I think that is Fleur, by the way. It's been super weird this past week. I literally jumped a timeline last night. I'm not even gonna lie. I woke up and I was like, I'm in a new reality. Very intense, very intense. I've never had that experience. I'll be sharing that in Limitless Creator on Tuesday. And what caused that experience, it was wild. Like, I honestly, excuse me, I honestly feel today, right now, like I'm still in a dream. It's very intense. So, all of that being said, there are 5 questions. Good job, y'all. I love seeing these questions in here. And so fast, too. Whew. Do I have any other announcements? Let me ground a little bit. So, I know I've missed you too, Stacy. Yeah, this sweet community. I love it. Oh, other announcements. If you would like to join the True Creator community, that is my private membership space. It's just $11 a month. And what I do is I go live in that group once a month and I offer a private lesson or a private channeling. It's always a channeling, but often there's a theme to it. And this month, I'm going to be channeling specifically on the masculine and feminine principles because I have been getting the signal, still getting over some of this, what was moving through me the past couple days. I have been getting the signal that there is a powerful unification of the masculine and feminine, and really an elevation of both of those frequencies within a select group. And it's really, a group that's creating that's creating the Garden of Eden, that is moving forward in these new frequencies, um, really powerfully. So, if you would like to attend that monthly live stream, like I said, it's $11 a month. You can cancel at any time, there's no commitment. So, if you want to just attend this particular masterclass channeling, I'm excited too. Um, if you'd like to attend that, then make sure you join the True Creator membership community. And the link is in the description box. All right. So I have 5 questions. My phone, luckily, I'm wearing pants this time. I need to choose. Yeah. What is the Garden of Eden? I'm going to probably do. It's a signal that I've been getting a lot. It's the final chapter in my book. So if you're curious about what the Garden of Eden is, let me just show you my book, which is available on Amazon, Ecstatic Playground. And I'm going to go ahead and just read the intro to that right now before I choose the question. So if anybody else joins and they want to submit their question. So I'll just read the first chapters of this book. Let me read it like this so that you can see the cover of it. This earth and all the dimensions we inhabit in this human experience are the realms of play. Play is our birthright and our purpose. It is literally what we are built for. As we become more aligned with our divine template, we naturally become filled with ecstatic frequencies, and the energy within us dances and sings. We are here on earth to play in all senses of the word. At this time, our individual and collective frequencies and the frequencies of the planet are reaching a higher harmony that is imbued with abundance and joy. As we continue to ascend, we are returning to the frequencies of higher love, ecstatic joy, and abundance in all forms for all beings. This is our return to the Garden of Eden. To return to the Garden of Eden means to let go of current complications. How many of y'all want to let go of the drama? To let go of current complications and return to the simplicity of connection and oneness with the earth. Our lives were not complicated at the origin of humanity. We knew that we were a part of the earth. Our expanded consciousness was activated, and we perceived everything like a psychedelic trip, if we were to view it from our current day perspective. Without the paradigms and constrictions of our modern mind, we were able to witness the sacred geometric structuring of life, the light grid that our earth exists in. We knew that we were a part of nature and that we were nature, and that all of nature spoke to us. So I go into a lot more detail in that chapter, but returning to the Garden of Eden really means that we are returning, and there's an extra component because we're sort of collapsing timelines is what we're doing in returning to the Garden of Eden. So we're gathering all of the ancient wisdom, all of the ancient mystery school teachings over the eons, and we're actually bringing them into present day awareness. At the same time, we are coming back to our true original nature, which is in connection with the earth. It's in connection with our intuition. There isn't a separation. There's a lot of teachings on this, and I'm going to see how I can present that to you all, because it's really my calling moving forward is to share these teachings with all of you to help us all re-enter the Garden of Eden. And I believe, I mean, that's the subject of my next book. I don't know if that's what it's going to be called, but that's definitely what it's about. Okay, I just went on a whole tangent. The chat stopped. So let me go ahead and choose. Tell me what you think of that. How is that landing for you all? And let me choose the Garden of Eden. Oh, sorry. No, I'm still in a dream, you guys. I'm not talking linearly. Grounding. All right. Random number generator. There we go. And just to make sure, just to count one more time, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. You're listening. I just wanted to make sure. It never know if I officially went into another dimension. All right, it's question number 1. It was somebody. All right. What should I do for the full moon today? Maybe that's why I had such wild dreams last night. Let's tune into that. It wasn't even dreams. That was not the right way to describe it. All right. So, yes, that resonates a lot with what you're feeling. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Okay. So, I'm already in the space, and I'll just share with you all. First, let's talk. Yeah, your question. Yay. Um, let's talk about the contest details. So, if you can enter this contest to win the Learn to Channel course, whether you're watching this live or watching the replay. If you would like to enter to win, let's see. Hmm. Share something that you learn about through this channeling. Share something that is an aha moment during this channeling and write it in the chat. The other contest details are subscribe to this channel and share this video with someone. So subscribe and share it with someone. So and then leave a comment in the either in the live chat. I do count the live chats and also the replay. Those are sort of two different streams when I go back over to look at them. But I do count both of them. Okay, so something that you gained from the channeling today, and or something that you yeah, that's it. Oh my god, this channeling is going to be so odd. I'm very out there. Do you all ever do that? You wake up and you feel like you're still in a dream? That's where I am today. All right. Let me adjust my hair because I know I'm going to keep playing with it otherwise. Okay. Oh, for those of you who have never tuned in before, I'm going to go into the individual question first, and then I'm going to go into the collective channeling. So stay tuned to the end because you will receive for both. They usually kind of go together. It's really pretty powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and tune into that question first. Wow, I'm really far out there today. It's interesting. When I teach channeling, I do teach how to get into multiple different realms. The realms that I read for individuals are very different than the realms that I'm in right now. I'm pretty far out there. So it's actually a lot of grounding for me to tune into this question. And I know that might sound kind of interesting for people who either, don't channel or who are used to channeling from a specific realm. There's so much that we can tune into continuously. And so I'll just say this, if you already are channeling, if you already are working with your intuition, there's so much more. There's so much more. Hmm. So I'm going to bring myself the realms of following the planetary alignments and things like that. Those realms are actually pretty close to the human experience, which is why astrology and things like that, they don't have their hold over us the way that we perceive them to when we're in our human experience. It's part of the game. And when we zoom way out, and that being said, it's a fun part of the game. It's never something that we want to constrict ourselves with. So if you want to be in ceremony, do it every day. If you want to be in ceremony, find the time of day that suits your particular template, your particular structure. And I'll share this with you all. It's interesting. I'm really meant to be so far out there all the time, most of the time. And human me actually has a hard time with that because when I'm so far out there, the information that I get is pretty different than the common information. And yet this is exactly what I asked for. And so it's making me want to cry because it's an overwhelming feeling to receive multidimensional experiences that we've asked for. And there's also a little bit of fear coming up like, oh, people aren't going to understand me again. So that's me processing my personal stuff. All right. And how many times do we all feel that way as we go through this awakening journey? As we start to feel like, oh, I'm expanding into a realm that means that perhaps things are going to change in my outer world. And maybe we're attached to the way that things are in the outer world. And that there is no outer world. There's only ever the inner world, and then the mind placing these structures around it. And they're telling me this is victim mentality, Allison. Even me believing that it's going to be hard and scary is victim mentality. So moving away from that. And we don't need to know how things are going to work. So to bring it back to the question, how funny this is going all over the place. But it's serving those who it's meant to serve. We're gathering all aspects of ourselves back into the unity of one consciousness. It sounds really pretty when it's said that way. When it happens, there's a lot of letting go of attachment. A lot of letting go of attachment. Collectively right now, I will circle back around to the individual question. Collectively right now, we are really understanding sovereignty in a new way because we have misunderstood what it means to be connected to each other. Our connections to each other have been built on attachments, expectations, control, all sorts of things. And when we let those paradigms go, it points everything back into the one. And the one is here. This isn't something that our mind can really understand, that the one is here when all of us are pointing to ourselves, but it's something that our consciousness can understand. The one is here. When we're really tuned into the one here, we're tuned into every single being on the planet as one. So there's no separation. So there's no attachment available to us. When we're not separate from each other, we're not able to attach or control each other because we are all each other. So that's part of the collective channeling. To bring it back to what was asked before, this is a concept of the Garden of Eden. It's all of the collective behaving as individual consciousnesses, with absolute abundance, because we're not outsourcing our abundance. We're not outsourcing any of our desires or needs. And the interesting thing about that is that's what brings everything to us in perfect harmony and perfect alignment. When we're not grasping at each other, that's when we come into each other. It's very mentally contradictory, but it's the truth of the higher frequencies of the universe that we are stepping into. So taking this concept that all is now and all is one, let's go back to that original question. Connect to the moon always, as if it is a divine being. Connect to the moon and ask the moon, how can I commune with you today? When you're in your full state, from my perspective, how do I commune with you today? What energies are you teaching me and showing me? The moon, all of the planets, not all of them, interesting. These are divine beings, essentially. They're divine consciousnesses. We can look at them as fully exalted beings. Now, interesting, I'm tuning into some planets are still going through karma, or our perception of karma, which is law of cause and effect without full consciousness. And that's a really powerful way to look at karma. Law of cause and effect without full consciousness. So how can we connect then to our home planet or our home star? Tune into it as a consciousness. Ask it, how can I commune with you? All of these different planetary alignments as we learn to move beyond our current perception of what we call astrology. We instead take our power back. It's here, it's now. Everything is here and now. Do I want to be in ceremony today? Do I need ceremony today? It's here and now. No longer outsourcing our power to the divine alignments of these different planetary systems. We work with them. We step into our godhood and we work with them. So if you'd like to work with the moon, connect to the moon, you as a divine being, the moon as a divine being, and the moon has a lot to teach us. The earth has a lot to teach us. The particular alignments of all of these different planets that we're communing with have a lot to teach us. Just like we have ascended masters here on the planet today, there's no difference. It's simply that they have consciously stepped into their mastery. So we connect with them. When we step into our mastery, we connect with ourselves. which inherently means that we connect with the all that is. We see when we are in our mastery, we see that there's no separation. We no longer behave as if there is separation. We no longer outsource our power. These channeling for the collectives are going to become less and less time based. And if we can begin to view them more as frequency, more as what are we learning? Because time is collapsing. Time is really, really shifting. I bring this up in my book. It's like a slinky. We compress it or we elongate it, but it's our play. We play with it. We create through it and from it. It's always been our creation. It's almost as if this is a funny example. It's almost as if time is our Frankenstein. We've created it and now we feel disempowered to it. What a funny game that we've played. We've created it and now we feel like it rules over us. What? We've created all of these paradigms and now we take them as if they rule over us. What are we doing? What a funny experience it is to be in these denser realms where we create all of our own limitations. And then we learn to again have mastery within these realms. That is a fucking hilarious game. Pardon my French. That is really funny. And to see it from this perspective it's insane, to be honest. Which is why when we enter these exalted realms, we really begin to laugh as if we're in a madhouse because the joke shows itself. We see the joke. It's so weird. And it's so crazy that all we can do is laugh and then learn to consciously create. We are learning to consciously create, which simply means that we stop disempowering ourselves with the paradigms that we ourselves have created. We're no longer held bound by those paradigms. We get to play. We get to create the parameters that we play within. That's how the game is going now. Let's see if I can tune into a collective energy. Thank you all for being part of this whole process and witnessing the dissolving of my victim consciousness as well. Is there a collective message? Come home to your own heart. Your own heart holds the key and the frequencies of this, of everything that you need to know, of walking into this paradigm or this new template. Template is a much cleaner word for what we're moving into. It's a frequency template. Gold. Gold is coming in again. Use the power of gold. Gold is a frequency. Tune into the golden grid is what they're telling me, the golden grid. This is something that I have seen. It's shown itself to me even in the physical with my eyes open. So what it looks like is a literal grid. And when we're operating within the golden grid, we're actually not even perceptible to the people who are walking in the denser frequencies. And that's okay. It's simply a frequency. It's actually aspects of ourselves. And this is where we learn, where we really understand, we're becoming gods. And so God offers the frequency of God offers divine choice to all of the parts of God, all of these unique experiences of God, which means I have so much choice that I can choose to forget that I'm God to play this game. So now we're coming into the frequencies of knowing that we're God. So even the people who don't get it, we just 1000 billion% love them because they're aspects of ourselves. They're only ever aspects of ourselves. We don't fight against them because that's a fight against ourselves. And so we come into this frequency of really the perception of oneness. Whew. Wow. It's so beautiful. It's so powerful. I'm hearing ultimate intelligence, ultimate abundance, ultimate divine love. And so a practice that can be really helpful is tuning into the golden grid work that exists already where it's already here. It's just a frequency. And again, I'm seeing those rainbows and I'm seeing the turquoise and the soft peach color. It's very, very beautiful. It's very beautiful here. It's luminescent. Yeah, these readings might be less time-based moving forward and just, whatever message needs to come through because I'm not getting, "Here's what we're experiencing this week." I'm just getting what to deliver to all of you. So, that's beautiful. I'll go ahead and end there. Thank you so much, higher self and guides and all beings who are working with me. Very much Isis. Very much Isis coming through for me. Thank you, all the beings. Whew, okay. Well, that was different. For me, how did that go for all of you? Hmm. Very confirming. Yes, Adara. I love you. Hi, Becca. I'm just scrolling back, scrolling back. Your question got chosen. That's my favorite comment. I love it. Oh, when chaos follows. Aha, your aha moment. Thank you for sharing that. It's because something needs to be destroyed in order for the new to come forth. Be in it, not of it. Carrying poppy jasper crystal. Ooh. Ooh, I love that. This is hitting deep for you. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, hi. Yes, I'm so glad you're here. Look at that cute little emoji. Galaxies are consciousness. Your heart space is pulsing. Working with the planets as divine beings rather than outsourcing our power. I'm so, so, so glad you all enjoyed that. I was like, well, here we go. I'm going to be bringing through stuff that might be uncomfortable for people to hear. I was so surprised as an offshoot when I started talking about play, how triggering that is for so many of us, even for me. And um, the other day, it's really interesting. A couple days ago, I've really been noticing an upgrade in my solar plexus chakra, and that has a lot to do with self-worth, childlike play, things like that. And then I got majorly sick and I was puking. And I was like, well, that's one way to clear the solar plexus, right? This whole month has felt uncomfortable. I'm telling you, Stacy, I hear you. Um, so I went through this major purging. And then, like I said, this morning woke up and I was just like, wow, I'm in a new reality. absolutely in a new reality. And a lot of the limitations that I've placed on myself are around play. But the other day, I channeled and I really came into the understanding of why play is so triggering for so many of us, and it was really powerful. I saw myself at the age of 6. Now, developmentally, when we are 6 years old, typically, now we've got rainbow children coming in, and they're developmentally different than what we've experienced before. And we're all coming into our rainbow bodies, which means that we are as if, all of the chakras are open, and um, there aren't any blockages, right? So, um, anyway, I really understood why play is so triggering, because many of us, when we come into at the age of 6 is where we come into the consciousness around our perception of good and evil. And when we do that, we get locked up. This is what was shown to me in my channeling. We get locked up and we start to interpret. Oh, it's so fascinating. I need to do a whole video on it. We start to interpret our outer world with all of these perceptions of good and evil. We start to internalize it because we don't yet have the understanding. In fact, we never come into the understanding because it's not true. We just have this cognitive dissonance that's built where we start to see, if there's good and bad, I must be bad, right? It's a fractured understanding. And so we start to try and be perfect. That's the age where we start to try and be perfect. That's where perfectionism comes in. That's where judgment comes in. That's where control comes in, because we start to other the experience so that we don't have to deal with the pain of believing that we're bad, and thus we're creating all of the bad that we see. It was really powerful, very powerful transmission. So I will do a separate video just on that. But collapsing that and coming into the wholeness of that center of the third chakra is really what can powerfully help us shift into these new frequencies. So, a lot of us right now are learning self-worth, and we're learning that at different stages on the divine spiral, right? So, some people are learning how to fight back, and some people are learning how to no longer take all of the blame. But that's still a lot of enemy consciousness. Others are learning, hey, we're all one. Everything exists in me. And so if I'm experiencing it out here, how can I resolve that within? How can I love all aspects of myself and no longer see that I'm separate? So, yeah, there's a lot shifting. There's a huge transmutation happening on all levels in all chakras right now, because we are because we're meant to walk into the Garden of Eden. All right. So, okay. Um yeah, we're just playing. It is so simple, Kennedy. Oh, yes, Adora, you're so loving. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Humans have been getting on my nerves lately, so I needed to hear that. That's so funny. Yes, it's a really powerful shift to witness that there is no out there. There's nothing out there. There is no out there. It's here. It's here. It doesn't make sense to the mind, but it's being shown to us. And if we can go within the heart space and always draw our power back here, always draw the power back here, then we'll really get it. All right. Yes. Yes. My current difficulty is around not having those humans pull me down. transmuting a lot of victim mentality. And I'm noticing that as I shift, the people close to me do as well. It's really powerful to witness that that level of transmutation when the people in our experience also shift, right? It's powerful. Okay, I'm not going to keep going. I love you all. Remember contest details, and I will choose the contest winner on Wednesday. Contest details are type into the chat something that you learned, some wisdom that you gained from this channeling, and share the video and subscribe. Okay? So, yeah. Love you guys. Okay. See you soon. Bye bye.